Hello, this is Goku 4071, and I'm here with the Amazing CJB. Sorry about mispronouncing that. A little tired here.
DJ.
And we also have with us
FeaturedZero.
FeaturedZero. Yes. Sorry, little bit tired. Little bit tired. I've been up since the beginning of time, so been up for a little while here. And we're here to talk about this little tiny game that came out this year. It's tiny, it's little. I mean, nobody's heard about it. I think we're the only three people that have played the game. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Very
Is
tiny.
that is this actually a thing or a myth? Because I thought this was a myth, man. I thought this was like Excalibur coming out the sword of the stone, man.
No, you know what is Excalibur coming out of the stone? There actually is a game that's Excalibur, and that is that's another weirdly another game with a 3 in the title. But that is why can't I remember names? I can't remember the joke I was gonna make. It's related to Portal. So somebody out there knows exactly what I'm talking about, and you know that game is never going to exist.
Let's just try and keep this PG-13.
Post it in the comments below.
Yes. I'm gonna get yelled at for not remembering what that game is called.
It's a risk we'll have to take.
It's actually made by the people that do Steam, so yeah. But get into talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, so let's start out this. We'll start out with FeaturedZero. Give a brief description of what you like and what you don't like. Give one thing you like about the game, one thing you hate about the game. We'll start out there.
Okay, so I did a huge in-depth analysis with one of my friends a few days ago. And I described all the things I liked, disliked. One of my huge dislikes, and I think this has to be my biggest one, is the difficulty of the game.
Oh my god, it's definitely one of them. Definitely one of them.
Yeah, I played on the hardest difficulty they have. I think I only died maybe 5 times throughout the whole game, and they were probably my mistakes.
Same.
Oh, and they took out critical mode. I think that was a huge mistake on their part.
It's actually in the files, you know. Someone
Yes.
actually looked in the files.
It's in the files, but all it is the 60 HP that they've had in the other Kingdom Hearts games. I don't think they made any extra damage or anything like that. I hope it does come, because I would want to replay the game on critical.
Yeah, same.
Well,
Go ahead.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. So, what was one of the things you loved about the game?
One of the things I loved about the game is the variety in combat. Combat is something that the game excelled in. There was a huge variety. You had attractions, you had the transformations, you had just everything. And all the different Keyblades did different things. They transformed differently. You could do different combos. Some of them had 2 different transformations. And it just felt like there was so much, and every time you completed a world, you get a new Keyblade. There's more variety. It just felt like everything was there in terms of combat.
Amazing
Just call me
CV.
Chris. Just call me Chris.
Okay.
I am mixed on this game. I enjoyed it, but there is some problems with this game.
So, your biggest negative and your biggest positive. Hello? Are you there, Chris?
Do we lose him?
I don't know. So, I'm going to name my 2 biggest ones until he comes back. So, my biggest negative in the game is the worlds. I can go into detail on the worlds that I don't think should be in this game, but also the fact that there are, I think, 2 to 3 less worlds than in last Kingdom Hearts. A lot of people say they're bigger, but you don't even repeat them. The worlds are a mess in this game. I'm sorry, they are. They really are. Then my biggest positive of the game, I don't really know. Like I liked the game, but like saying one thing that I think, I'll say the story overall. The story I think was good. I think the story did well, and what it was trying to tell and all that. So yeah.
I have to agree with that.
Are you back, Chris? Okay. So we're
I
just
think
gonna
we lost him.
Yeah, we're just gonna continue. See if he comes back. See what happens.
But yeah, putting emphasis on some of the things you said, with the worlds, it is very easy to get lost in. Like after I beat the game, going back to all the worlds, you know, that I got lost. I didn't know where I was going for a lot of them. There was just so many places to go. You know, I like that they were big, but not the way that they did it, if that makes sense.
Well, okay, so let's take one of the worlds, Toy Story. Okay.
Okay.
Toy Story is how you do a big world. Nothing looks the same. Every area in that world looks unique, looks distinctive. You never get lost. You never go the wrong way. Like I got lost because they miss. They I think one thing that they give you, they mistitle.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And this is going to have spoilers throughout, so I'm about to give a spoiler. They basically say, I forgot what it was, but they basically say to go to
The
toddlers.
baby's room. Yeah.
Yeah, toddlers and something.
And that, yeah, you go into the baby room, the toddlers thing, but it's actually the one across the hall.
It's the girls area, like
Yeah.
adolescent girls, like dolls and whatnot. I'm like, how is that babies and toddlers?
I was actually going around that entire room. I was looking through everything. I'm like, I was spending like 10 minutes on it. I'm like, there's got to be something wrong. It got to the point where I had to look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, I had to look it up on YouTube, and it's like this little tiny event that you have to find somewhere to get to where I had to go and all that. It's yeah. But other than that, and that's not a big thing. That's small. But like Tangled, I think was a mess.
Yeah, I'd say the story was kind of as well.
Tangled, I didn't want to be in here.
I accepted it, gave it a chance, but I didn't really enjoy it personally. I don't know. I know people are all around with the worlds and what they think about them, and you know, like with one world specifically, Pirates of the Caribbean. That world, I despised it. I couldn't stand it. It was the worst world in my opinion. But my friend, I was debating with him about this. It was his favorite world. So.
Well, one of my biggest issues with that world is that they basically give you this ship and they allow you to basically freeform right at the end. That's nothing you do right at the end.
Well, I had two huge complaints about this world. Number one, the water combat. It felt very limited. It felt like you could only do one combo. You couldn't do all your magic. You couldn't do any reaction commands or anything. So it felt very limited, and I didn't want to be underwater very much because of that. And my second big complaint is the crabs. You just kind of go all over the place, and it's everywhere, and you don't know where they are, and it gets tedious. And you have to collect 300 of them.
Going back to the water part, do you remember the stage of the final boss where you had to fight in the water?
With the ship.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Um, who's the final boss name again?
Like the final boss of the world,
No, the final boss of the game.
Master Xehanort.
Yeah, you remember when you fought Xehanort underwater? He's like moving around the island that you're on, and at one point, like, you get submerged and you have to fight him underwater, and he's got all his abilities, but you don't. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, anything water I just didn't like in the game. I really didn't. That's just my personal opinion because when the game starts, you're introduced to everything and you get this big variety, and then you get to the water and they like take like 75% of it away from you.
Yeah.
That's just my own personal opinion.
And yet again, it's one of those things where there's so many worlds they could have added. Like, instead of Pirates of the Caribbean, I actually would have wanted John Carter. Probably never was going to happen, but I think that would have been awesome because that's another franchise that Disney made a movie on, based that's live action, and that would have been cooler in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't really know what worlds I personally would have wanted them to add. I was pretty content with the ones that they added.
Well, Zootopia was a huge mistake not being in the game.
I could see that.
Like, think about Zootopia, because you have Donald and Goofy that immediately fit into Zootopia. They look like they're members of Zootopia. Not really, because in Zootopia the animals are actually to scale, but you could have been cutesy and actually made them to scale, like
Yeah.
brought him down, and but then what animal would Sora be? That would have been a fun one.
I don't know. It kind of did that whole thing with Monsters Inc. instead of turning them into animals, they turned them into monsters. Not really on topic, but something that just crossed through my head.
Oh, it's fine.
Are there any other worlds specifically you'd want to talk about?
So, what other worlds did you not like? Because you said you had a problem with a couple of worlds.
Yeah. One big one that I had a problem with was the final world because I felt it was more story based than actual gameplay. It felt like you were watching more a movie than actually playing.
You're talking about the world called the Final World?
Not the final. Well, the Keyblade Graveyard, just everything that happened there.
Okay.
There were some things I liked about it, like, you fought everybody, but after every single one that you killed, you got a narrative. And while that was cool, it just felt like it was more of a movie than an actual game you were playing.
Well, the Final World kind of bugged me because
that one bugged me too.
Because it's like that should have just been a cinematic. That should have just been like it didn't serve a purpose. It didn't really feel like anything. And then the actual final world, not the world called the final world, but the actual last world of the game.
Skala Kylum?
Yeah, that one kind of bugged me because you don't actually get to explore it. like you see it at the beginning of the game, and you're like, awesome! I can't wait to actually explore that. And then it's like one little tiny area.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of confused when I first got there. Because, like, you get a bunch of enemies all coming at you at once, and you don't, you're thrown into it, and they don't really tell you what to do.
And also, the enemies have one health bar, and you first see that health bar, and you see like 5 of them, and you're like, I gotta fight 5 guys with these gigantic health bars?
Yeah.
Because at that point of the game, I just wanted to beat it. I was fatigued. I'm like, I want to beat this. I want to get over. I want to see the end of the game because unlike you two, apparently, I don't know. Chris made it sound like he actually played the game on Proud, but I have known when he was playing Kingdom Hearts when he was playing through Kingdom Hearts 1 when that first came out on PlayStation 3. He was playing that on normal mode, and I was playing it on Proud mode. And
Yeah.
we were having about the same amount of trouble with that game when I was playing it on a harder difficulty. Because to be fair, I didn't find the game to be easy. I found the game to be a nice balance. And I was playing it on normal because I just wanted to beat the game. I didn't care about struggling or about having a challenge. I chose not to play it on the easiest difficulty. I chose to play it on the mid-level difficulty. But there are some parts in that game that took me a while to get past. And a lot of them, I think, are just balancing issues, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Like at the
But
beginning of the game, there's this timed thing in Olympus, and that part took me like 5 tries.
yeah. Um. Well, when I originally played it on Proud, I didn't expect it to be as easy as it was. I actually wanted the challenge because prior to, I had just beaten Kingdom Hearts 2 on critical mode, which was like the hugest accomplishment for me. And so I'm like, all right, I think I could just do Kingdom Hearts 3 on Proud. So, um, but I definitely expected it to be a lot harder than it was. The game honestly felt like a joke in terms of difficulty.
Yes.
Yo, my laptop went all weird. I had to come on my phone in it.
Okay, so we've been talking about a lot of things, but what are some of the worlds you liked and didn't like? We've went over a bunch of things already, so let's just kind of get your opinion on some of the topics we brought up.
Big Hero 6 is probably my favourite Disney World, but it was just a bit limited.
Because we both agree. His least favorite was Pirates. My least favorite was Tangle. I think Tangle should not. Neither of us think either of those worlds should have been in the game.
I thought Frozen was boring, but that was just me, so...
I definitely agree with that because Frozen felt like a lot of the same. Like they just reused everything. Like they started you back over and pushed you back up and then started you back over again. And it was frustrating, honestly.
I loved the visuals of the world. I just felt the plot was boring.
Well, the plot was the movie. The problem is, it's such a tight movie that they couldn't really implement you well. And that was one of those things that some are kind of sequels and then some are the story of them. And I think they all should have just been like sequels, like this is what happens after the events.
Yeah.
To not have that weird balance.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about positive and negatives in it. Because
Yeah.
before my laptop destroyed me, just saying stuff. The visuals were good. The graphics is good. Just biggie. Some worlds are like limited. Like I wanted it like proper open world. The keyblades are good.
Oh, and what difficulty did you play the game? I played it on normal.
Standard. I just played it on standard.
Okay, you did play it on standard? Okay.
Oh, I thought you played on proud.
No.
Yeah, eventually I'm going to get around to replaying it on proud. I just like... The thing about it is that when I play a game for the first time, I just like to beat the game. I don't want to be sitting there getting stuck at a part for hours, being like, oh shit, now I don't know what's going to happen in the story. And so...
Well, just for me personally, there was never a time like that. It was always like I might have died once and then I'd get past it.
Yeah. Am I the only one in here that didn't get to the Winnie the Pooh world?
Nope, I didn't have either.
Am I the only one that didn't go in there? I didn't even know where it was, to be honest with you.
I did, but it was an embarrassment. I wish I didn't. It gives you a keyblade, but that's about it. Wait, was it a keyblade? I don't remember exactly what it gives you, but...
Well,
I'll finish.
Zero, you said your least favorite world was Pirates, right?
It should have been Treasure Planet, man.
Well, I keep saying this because it was a live action world. Like, I would have made it John Carter, but to be fair, to be 100% fair, both of our suggestions were never going to happen. Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia should have been in the game.
Yeah.
Like, you can take out Pirates and Pirates and Tangled and put in those two. And if I'm not mistaken, those two even made more money than both of those movies. Maybe not Pirates. I think that was $1 billion movie, but that's also been in another game. And yet again, when we're talking about returning worlds, I would have thought of things like Aladdin and other worlds that I actually don't mind coming to $1 billion. Like, I'm sorry, I never get mad when they bring in Aladdin.
Well, they didn't have to take out pirates, but I found out they made a huge mistake because the world that this one, or the story that this world is based off of the worst Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I don't know why they did that, but they should have did a different movie.
No, they shouldn't have done a movie at all. They should have just done... yet again, all of these should have been after the fact of the movies.
Or maybe they could have done their own narrative.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't have to take it out, though, is what I mean.
But what I'm saying is that... Or no, I do think they should have taken it out, because let me put it this way, okay? After playing Kingdom Hearts 2...
Which is a better game.
Were you thinking, I have to go back to the Pirates world?
I never thought that. I did for the extra content, but
I was on like 14 when that was out. So I'm 27 nearly now.
Well, you weren't the youngest person that's in this call right now. I was about 86 when that game came out. No, I'm the old man here.
The biggest thing I hated about this game was Kyrie. Kyrie was wasted, man.
No, absolutely. What did you think about that, Zero?
Kyrie and Lee, honestly.
God.
They had their little moments, but there wasn't much to it. I think they're really only setting up for Kingdom Hearts 4. But in this game, they didn't do well.
One thing I will. Oh, sorry.
They should have just expanded on the story a little bit. Like they gave us like maybe when they were training, they gave us like maybe 3 or 4 cutscenes.
It was like Dragon Balls. It was like Dragon Ball Z in a time chamber. I was like, what is this? It's like nothing.
And I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with what I'm about to say, but one of the things that did actually piss me off majorly about the game was how they implemented Aqua. Because I am sorry, that is not Aqua in the game. Like, what they should have done, keep what they did in the game. But after you finish that boss battle of Aqua, Aqua actually comes in and saves your ass. And you find out that that is like an illusion. That's not actually Aqua. Aqua never turned to the dark. Because that is not Aqua's character. She is the one that was always on the good side. She endures. She survives. She fights. And it's a wasted scene because it's like, oh my god, I'm now evil. You came too late. And you beat her and she pops out and it's like, oh no, I'm good again.
She was in the realm of darkness for 10 years and it kind of can fuck up your mind.
Okay, but the thing about it is you didn't do anything with that. If you're gonna screw up the character and go down. It's the whole Luke thing.
Well, they set up for that whole thing in point 2. They showed like she was getting tortured by everything,
and at the end of that game, she was still good, and she was still on the right side, and she was still like
losing hope.
What?
She was losing hope when she was in the realm of darkness when Mickey left.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so yet again, there are 2 ways you can do something like this, okay? And what they did was the worst and laziest way of doing it is you have this shocking moment. Like, literally, I will tell you why they did this, okay? For a freaking trailer. That's all this accomplished because after the boss battle, she's on your side and she's never evil again. You never distrust her. You never question. Like, you never even talk about it again. It's literally one fight. And as I've said, you can have that trailer scene, like have that scene for the trailer, and then have Aqua pop out and go, did you really ever think I was going to turn to the dark side? Because she didn't turn to the dark side. I mean, can we count her being a boss battle for 10 seconds turning to the dark side?
I thought she got naughted because when I was watching the trailer, her eyes went different in it.
Yet again, I think that was a lazy writing. I think that was bad because yet again, they didn't do anything with it. And as I've said, I already fixed it by having your cake and eat it too, by having that just be an illusion. Like the Realm of Darkness can do screwed up shit. And then you have her come, you have her help you guys out, and you basically say, yeah, you really think I would have turned to the dark side? Like,
well, if you were in the Realm of Darkness for 10 years with nobody to look to, with the fiercest of Heartless, I mean, wouldn't you go to the darkness too? I mean, that's a long time to be without anybody.
Let me ask you this. Have both of you seen Dream Drop Distance? Or not Dream Drop Distance, why am I? Birth by Sleep, have both of you played it?
Both, yeah.
I played a minor portion of it, but I know the narrative.
Okay. She's probably the one kind-hearted person in this entire freaking franchise. She is literally the one character who would probably never turn to the dark side because she is so kind-hearted. That's the thing of her character. Is that she is the one that's always upbeat, that's always positive, that's always good and kind-hearted.
She had better development than Kyrie.
And yet again, here's a misnomer that a lot of people say is that is character development. Is turning a good character dark. That's not necessarily character development if it doesn't fit the character. The thing about it is you can have character development, you can have character growth, and a character not be radically different at the end of it. Character growth doesn't mean a character is a different character by the end. You can do that, but this isn't character growth to me because, again, you might think they kind of set it up, but it kind of went left field to me because, yeah, her being a little depressed is fine, but yet again, what did that serve the story? Can you tell me? So yeah, that bugged me because she's my favorite character, but at the end,
Yeah, she's my favourite female character as well. Aqua's badass.
yeah. Well, she's my favorite character. Not my favorite
Better than,
female character.
better than Kyrie, being damsel in distress, wasted like all her training, doing nothing. That's all she was doing in the final battle. Nothing.
I don't even think we've seen any of their training. We just watch them talking.
Oh, talking. That's good training, isn't it? That's good training.
And yet again, you don't necessarily need to see their training. You just needed to see them do something. One of the disappointments is we have a boss battle where your teammates are Mickey and Riku. That should have actually been Kairi, Riku, and Sora.
Yeah, that would have been better.
I think so. Yeah, that would have been better.
They should have let you play with every single character, seeing their perspective really, instead of Sora all the time. And I Sora's the main character, but come on, man, this is like the whole three trio, isn't it?
At the very end of the game, okay, you have 9 characters, okay? I would have the 9 characters split up into, I would have had the 9 characters split up into 3 teams, okay? I would have had Donald, Goofy, and Mickey be one team. Kairi, Sora, and Riku being another team. And then the other 3 people, I think that would have been Leon, Aqua.
Oh. Yeah. Lee. Axel. Yeah.
Yeah, Lee. Because is that Axel or is that Axel's?
This is just his nobody's name because he remembers his nobody memory, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Axel's is nobody.
Which is really dumb that they give him the black coat. Like, why?
I think he just kept it, just as a memory.
Well, he never had that. That's not him. Like, the fact that Sora doesn't have a black coat.
Well, Roxas had a black coat, even though he fought for the light.
No. But what I'm saying is that Leo is not his nobody. Like, it's stupid that he had a black coat. I think it literally was just a design choice because Axel's such a fan favorite character that they wanted that imagery, if you know what I mean.
I guess so.
But yet again, it means nothing because it doesn't fit the character. And when you actually see that character in other games, he's not wearing a black coat, if I'm remembering correctly.
At the end of the game, he changes. Even he's on the clock table with Roxas, which did make me cry because Roxas is my favourite character.
Who's your favorite character, Zero?
It's gotta be either Sora or Riku. Like, Sora has always looked towards the light. He's always been a very upbringing character. And, up until this game, he's never been upset for too long. He's always relied on other people and his friends to get him through everything. And, he depends on his friends, and that's how he signifies the light. And Riku he's always the motivation. He's always
Gone
up
through
and
the
at 'em.
darkness, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like go to the realm of darkness, get Aqua back. You know, so
Well,
it's one of those two. I haven't really been able to decide.
I'm gonna bring up something weird that I was thinking throughout most of this game that I'm not gonna go too deep into. I'm not gonna name all the parallels, but while playing this game, I was getting a lot of Bleach vibes. I don't know how much of Bleach you two have watched or are
I've never
familiar
watched
with.
Bleach.
What?
I've never watched Bleach. I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
I've seen some. Like I know I've seen the first 30 episodes, I think it is, and then I've watched like clips here and there.
Okay. So one of the things in Bleach that is kind of like a parallel in this game is that the main character in Bleach, and sorry, this is a spoiler, but it's something where it won't mean anything till you watch it, is the main character is related to every single group. So is Sora. Sora is a nobody. Sora is a heartless, and Sora is a Keyblade wielder. He's in every group. Um,
Yeah. Oh,
um,
man.
another thing is like the Keyblades kind of remind me of their Zanpakutos toes because each Keyblade has like three different forms. Your standard form, and then if you use it enough, it transforms, and then it transforms into like the Mega version, um, which really reminded me of that. Um, so yeah, it was weird how I got a lot, and please, if anybody in the comments below want to tell me if you agree or disagree, if you're a huge Bleach fan, if you notice any fun parallels. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to say that because I noticed a lot of different
Do
parallels.
you know what's the worst thing about this game? Do you know the bit when you're saving all the hearts? How repetitive is that boss, man? You still there?
You mean
What
the darkness boss that you have to chase through each
Yeah,
world?
yeah, man. So repetitive. It's so boring.
It took a long time to finally finish him off.
I was like, man.
Yeah, that darkness boss that they just kept reusing.
Yeah. Well, did both of you see the secret ending?
Yep.
I already know I know where it's going.
Let's talk about that for a couple of minutes, okay?
All right.
Okay, so well, first of all, let's talk about the ending because the ending kind of pissed me off. So the ending of the game is you save the day, and I don't even know. Like, please tell me how you guys interpret this. Is Sora still looking for Kyrie, or was Kyrie and them on
um,
Destiny Island at the end?
I
I'm
think
pretty sure that he is still looking for Kyrie because that's why they split up at the end.
But
there is.
in Destiny Island, you can see him and Kyrie over on the tree sitting there, and I don't know if that's a vision or if that's actually them.
I took it as a vision.
There's two things I look at this. Either one, not really there. It's Riku in his head, or the second thing is that Sora must have saved her with the power of awakening, and then it must have got stuck there. That's what happens in the secret ending, isn't it?
Hit out. And then the ending of the game is that they finally find the black box they've been talking about.
What's in the black box, though?
We have
And
no idea.
what? What
We
did
have
you say,
no
sir?
idea what. I wish I
It's
knew
all
what
it's
was in
all to
this
do
black
with it's
box.
all to do with the master.
Well, no. What did you say? I took it out of my ear for a second, and you said something.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I said we have no idea what's in the black box. I wish I knew.
Oh, yeah. So you see the black box, and then you see this like cloak figure come up, um, and then you see these four members. And if you guys don't know, this is actually from the mobile game. My faction, I think Avia, I think is my faction's leader's name. She's the one that's not there. She kind of pisses me off. At least my faction is top ranked every freaking
I'm,
week. I don't
I'm
know.
telling you now. I'm telling you now. Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be about the Master of Masters with this black box and the foretellers.
Um,
I
and
thought
then
for sure.
and then the revealing of who the person under was the stupidest shit ever.
Lucio, yeah, the Master's Apprentice from Union Cross.
Yeah.
That is, if I'm not mistaken, that's
not
supposed
real
to be
body.
like the original master. Like that's supposed to be like this 100-year-old being that's been around since the beginning, who like taught all the other Keyblade masters that eventually taught their students.
That's not that Lucio's not the Master of Masters. That's his apprentice. That's
Okay.
not. That's really not his. Zigbar is his vessel. That he's just like there. He's just going from body to body, really.
Which yet again, for a reveal, having that character be cloaked all this time and then revealing it as that was kind of dumb. I'm sorry, that was just dumb. And then we get to the secret ending, which
The world ends with you. Have you played that game?
well, I've
Final
heard.
Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I've heard that they're each in different worlds.
It's the world ends with you.
The world ends with you is where it's where Sora is, and then Riku is in Final Fantasy 15.
No, Final Fantasy 13 Reborn. That's what it is. Versus 13. Yeah, versus 13 Reborn. That's what
versus 13. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be versus 13 Reborn.
Because I thought that was I saw it as Insomnia from 15.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Verum Rex resembles a lot like Noctis.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting.
So, and it's weird that there are no Final Fantasy characters in this game at all.
They're not doing DLC because there is DLC coming.
Do we know that for sure that it's coming?
It's definitely coming.
I don't think we're getting DLC. What I think we're going to be getting is I think we're going to be getting another released version of the game that's going to have your critical mode.
It's going to
be the final mix.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that. I think there'll probably be like a final mix retail disc, going to be DLC as well. Like, you know, for the people that've got it.
We'll have to wait and see what they do, but
Xehanort, man. Xehanort. God. I hate his voice in this game. I know Leonard Nimoy died, Spock, but come on, man. You could at least got a good impressionist to do that voice.
So, any other thoughts about the game? Anything else?
Well, way back, they originally said in Kingdom Hearts 3 that this would be the last game to have Sora as the playable character and featuring the organization. They kind of twisted that around on us because in Kingdom Hearts 4, from what I could tell in the secret ending, you're going to be playing as Sora and Riku. So they probably meant that Sora will not be the only playable character, and the organization will somewhat be in the next game because Zigbar is in. But so I kind of
the Master of Masters is going to come back. He was on the building, man, doing the heart thing, man. That's him.
We'll have to wait and see what they actually plan to do.
Because if you see the PCs on, you know when they're playing the chess game at the end.
Yep.
Yeah. Sora and Riku are going to face the foretellers. And the Master of Masters, so it's going to be crazy.
Which hopefully they go more into the Keyblade Wars in
and
the sequel.
And hopefully they redeem Kyrie as well in Kingdom Hearts 4.
I know Zero actually stated that his theory is that instead of Disney worlds, they might do Kingdom or Final Fantasy worlds.
Square Enix
Yeah.
Worlds.
Yeah, Square
Yeah,
Enix worlds.
that'd be cool.
I was actually just about to bring that up. What do you guys think? Do you think that there's going to be just Square Enix Worlds, or do you think they're going to have a mix?
No, it's gonna be mixed.
Well, if they have Square Enix world, we better get a Tomb Raider world.
Yeah, they they have a lot to work with, honestly.
Life is Strange World.
Yeah, definitely like the Strange world. A Deus Machina world.
A Hitman World.
Yeah, Hitman world. I mean, and I'm not joking either. They better do these because this is properties they own, so why not? And then obviously a couple. Like honestly, you could make a game with only Square Enix world.
I do want Marvel and Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts 4. I think it's time now. It is time.
I don't, and part of the reason I don't want it is because it's kind of messy. With a lot of these other worlds, there are clear points, there are clear stories that you do. What do you do of Star Wars? You're not gonna tell all cajillion movies. You only get one story to tell. You only get like an hour or a couple hours of story to tell. It's too much. Same thing with Marvel. What do you? Who's your character? Captain America, Iron. Like it doesn't. No.
Just to the Avengers movie, innit?
Yet again, and then you have six. Like it's not like those worlds. I don't think fit. I think there's way too much going on with those. I don't think they're structured main characters like they are the other world. I don't like it. But yeah, that's my opinion. What do you think, Zero?
The top of my list is a Midgar World. As long as I get that, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there is one other thing I definitely want to talk about. I definitely want to get your guys' opinion. Apparently, news has come out that Square Enix is predicting a gigantic boost near the end of the year. And people are debating what's this mean. Now, Zero, you have a theory of what this boost that they're predicting. They went to their shareholders and they said, hey, at the end of the year, we're going to have this big boost. We're going to get old. Our stocks are going to grow exponentially. Why do you think that is?
Well, the strange thing about it was, you look at November and December, and in December, it actually close to doubles. Now, you don't come out with like a Hitman game and double your rates. It's gotta be
I know.
Final
It's
Fantasy.
gotta be Life is Strange 3. I think we all agree. That's the only way you don't. No, I'm
Not yet.
I'm putting my foot down and I'm saying Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's gotta. It's time.
It's time. PS5. It's going to be revealed at the end of the year with the PS5.
That's right. PS5.
Well, no. He is saying no. What he is saying, he's not saying it's going to be at PS5. I think you missed it, Chris. He's saying this year it's being released. Because I don't. The thing that we were just talking about is that Square Enix has told their shareholders that in December their shares are going to double this year.
Yeah.
And Zero thinks that is quite literally Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I can guarantee you right now, PS5 ain't coming out this year. That ain't happening.
The Avengers game is not likely at all, and even if it was, I don't think it would double their rates, honestly.
I think it's going to be at E3.
They're actually predicting a April trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's like all but confirmed.
Yeah, just let Kingdom Hearts 3 breathe a bit. Because it's just happened, didn't it?
It's like, here's Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix. Oh, also, here's that Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer you've been waiting 3 years for.
The secret ending to Final Mix is the Final Fantasy VII release date. That's what's going to happen.
That'd be quite the thing there. You get like a Midgar world, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the game.
Here's a playable demo. The Final Mix to unlock.
Did you guys see? Do you guys remember the reveal trailer of Zero's favorite Smash character?
What, Cloud?
Yeah. You guys remember that trailer? Do you remember watching it?
That was a guess. Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
I was just watching Maximilian's reaction. It was just so funny.
Yeah, I was watching that, and I was also watching one guy you have to watch reaction videos to on topics like this is Roger's Base. He was quite literally crying when they said everybody is in Smash, and I see him enough. I know these are general reactions. Like, this is actually how he feels.
People saying it might be the last one.
Of the last one.
Smash.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's why everybody's in it. Like, there's like, do you think it might be the last one? Like, because it's called Ultimate.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like the last one because, like, Nintendo doesn't like money. They have actually, they probably don't like money, but no. It might be the last one with the current creator. That's a franchise that's going nowhere anytime soon. Like, if anybody tells you that's the last one, then they don't know what they're talking about. There will be another one, but...
Well, it's not about it making money. I was actually reading up on the history of Smash Bros. And this is something that a lot of people don't know. When Melee came out, Sakurai only had a very limited time to make it, so he was working super hard at it, and he actually passed out and had to go to the hospital because he was working so hard.
Damn.
So he's been really stressed out making these games, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he stopped, like, right at this game.
Oh, and absolutely, and I think he's probably going to go on and do other things. They're not going to stop making the games. Like, this is not going to be the final.
What do you think about
Sakurai game.
Reggie's leaving, the president.
The president of America. Let's get that straight. President of America. And yeah, he is currently leaving. He's leaving in April. Some people are theorizing the next direct will be his last.
When is the next direct? Is there a date?
There's no date, but we're thinking April.
Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Switch.
Maybe. Oh, and that's confirmed to be the big game that's going to spike it is Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Switch. They're expecting to double their shares because of Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Switch. They're like, yeah! Nobody actually bought Kingdom Hearts 3 because they're waiting for the Switch. No.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Episode 1 Switch 2019.
Switch exclusive.
Oh, God. Imagine that.
Oh, man.
That would fuck up everyone, man.
I really wonder what directs are going to be like when Doug is the president.
The Switch is killing it, man. I'm loving the Switch with my girlfriend. Been playing Mario together and everything.
Super hype about Mario Maker 2.
Oh my god.
Yes, you are. This is the perfect place to have both of you here. We have to do like a Nintendo podcast where we can talk about it for a while. Because both of you guys, like, that was like the one game you guys wanted.
When Mario Maker 2 got revealed, I nearly had a seizure.
And the thing is, when I was at work, I was around everybody watching it. And I basically had a seizure, and everybody thought I was crazy.
Yeah, we'll have to
And you
split
know what
this.
and the funny thing is, if I had been at work, Zero, you know what I would have thought?
You would have known what was up.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh, Mario Maker 2 has been revealed. Okay, I can go on to do what I'm doing. Okay, no.
See, if you stayed and watched it with me, you would have seen everything, and it was crazy. It was crazy because there were two people. There were two people in the room. Both of them had no idea what a Nintendo Direct even was, and I started freaking out. I started screaming, and they're just like, "What the hell is going on?"
They're like, do we need to go? Do we need to call 911?
When I saw Mario,
I was like, oh my god, they added slopes. They added slopes. What is this?
When I saw Mario Maker on the Switch, I thought it was a Wii U port, but nah, man, we're gonna have a sequel. A sequel. Shit.
But yeah, this is gonna do it for now. We'll definitely come back. We'll definitely have some more podcasts in the future.
We need to do a Nintendo podcast after this one.
Absolutely. We will set a date to do one in the near future. So this was Goku Put Us Some 1.
The Amazing CJB. Not BJG. I'm joking.
And FeaturedZero.
And we'll see you next time. YouTube.
Bye.